Hey guys, Viking82 here, back with a new Viking Orations. Got another review for you today, and this time around I'm going to be talking about the brand new album from the band Enforced, entitled Kill Grid, released just this year on Century Media Records. And if you are not familiar with Enforced, they are a thrash metal slash crossover band from the Richmond, Virginia area that formed back in 2016, featuring Ethan Genzarowski. Hopefully I pronounced that right and didn't butcher it too bad. On the bass, Alex Bishop handling the drums, Will Wagstaff and Zach Monahan both handling guitars, and finally Knox Colby on vocals. This is the band's second full-length album overall. It is 9 tracks, clocks in just over 41 minutes in length, and is honestly my first exposure to this band. I'd been seeing a lot of people talk about this album and really kind of hyping it up, and so I checked it out, was digging what I heard from the few songs, so I picked it up, and I gotta say, it definitely lives up to all of the hype. You know me, I don't show a whole lot of thrash on here, but I do enjoy it. I just don't seek it out as rarely as I do, say, death metal or anything like that. But yeah, this was definitely a very impressive album in my opinion. After an very ominous sounding intro, you're hit with these powerful guitar chords that morph into this fast-paced riffing, all accompanied by these drum rolls on the snare and the toms, and it's just pretty much full speed ahead from there on out. The guitar work on here I think is really great. I love those fast headbangable riffs, and also their use of the whammy bar during the guitar solos. A good example of that is track number 4, Malignance. There's a solo at the 325 mark that uses the whammy bar, and of course I don't know, you can say I'm a sucker for the whammy bar. What can I say? I've got a nice thick tone bass on here, and while it's not overly high in the mix, it's still easy to make out, I should say, giving songs that solid backbone with just that slight twang to it, kind of like that almost Dee Vernis style twang, which always sounds awesome in my opinion. Really good drum sound and production on here, with lots of rolls to accompany that kind of standard thrash beat you would expect with this type of music, and some nice double bass work, which is not overly used, but when he does do it, he really executes it well, I think. Vocally, Knox has that heavy, almost Riley Gale-ish shout to him, and at times he sometimes leans slightly towards the death metal side of things, which is definitely not a bad thing in my opinion. Some of the other things that I picked out while listening to this: track number 5, the title track, Kill Grid. It ends with this weird sound effect. It kind of sounds like something out of an old Atari game. And honestly, when I heard it, I was thinking of the Frankenstein game, I believe is what it's called. Yeah, just a little aside here, but you know, if you watch the Angry Video Game Nerd and he talks about the old Atari system, there's a game about Frankenstein, and at the end that has this weird sound that happens, and that's kind of what I was reminded of when I heard the ending of this track. But yeah, back to the music here. Sorry, this is a little aside about video games briefly. Yeah. Track number 6, Curtain Fire. There's a bit of a Slayer vibe to some of the riffs in this song, which, you know, of course is never a bad thing because, you know, Slayer rules. And finally, track number 7, Hemorrhage. I just love that intro to this song with this kind of almost tribal-esque sounding drum beat and that really heavy rumbling bass accompanying it underneath before it finally, at the 20-second mark, kicks things into thrash mode. I just thought it was a really cool intro. Overall, I think that this is just an absolute banger of an album. It's full of thrashy, headbangable riffs and just pissed off sounding vocals. I definitely get some Power Trip vibes throughout while I'm listening to this, and that's definitely not a bad thing because, you know, again, Power Trip, another awesome band. So, you know, like I said, I was listening to this, I really got a lot of that vibe from it, which is really awesome because I absolutely love Power Trip as well. This definitely gets a solid 9 out of 10 from me. Go check it out for yourself. I will leave a link down below so you can do that and pick up a copy. So yeah, Enforced, Kill Grid, 9 out of 10 for me. I am definitely going to be tracking down a copy of their debut full length. And yeah, that is going to do it. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. And until next time, stay brutal.